Today, we're diving into a big shift in marketing. How AI answer engines like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini are becoming the front door for shopping, and what brands can actually do about it.
Yeah, we've moved from people clicking around websites to people just asking an AI what to buy. And that means your brand is increasingly defined by whatever the AI says, not your homepage or your ads.
Let's ground this in some numbers first. How big is this AI shopping behavior already?
Adobe's latest data says about a quarter of customers now name AI tools like ChatGPT and their top research channel. And over 40% of AI users lean on assistants for advice, shopping, or troubleshooting, with generative AI-driven retail traffic up over 1,000% year over year.
So, if more people start with an AI, what does that actually mean for brand perception?
It means the AI's answer is often your first impression. People see summarized pros and cons, comparisons, and recommendations. And Bain even estimates about 60% of searches now end without a click, so buyers may never touch your site at all.
The article makes a big deal about AI visibility. How is that different from old school SEO?
Classic SEO is about ranking web pages, but AI visibility is about whether you're named, recommended, and cited inside the AI's answer layer across multiple models, which is way more volatile and pulls from a broader pool of evidence.
You mentioned evidence. The piece says visibility in AI answers depends on evidence, not just copy, right?
Exactly. AirOps found about 85% of brand mentions in AI answers came from external domains, not the brand's own site. So the models are triangulating you from reviews, comparison pages, forums, and third-party coverage more than your polished homepage copy.
And it's not just whether you show up, but how consistently you show up, correct?
Right. In those tests, only about 1 in 5 brands kept their visibility across repeated runs of the same query. And another study showed just over 40% agreement on top recommended brands across different models. So what you are in AI is fragmented and unstable.
This sounds like a brand identity problem as much as a search problem.
It is. Era's line in the article is that visibility in AI is an architectural problem, not a copywriting trick, meaning you need clean product data, consistent specs, trustworthy reviews, and aligned narratives across the web if you want AIs to describe you correctly.
Let's talk risk, because if AI gets a brand wrong, that can backfire fast, can't it?
Absolutely. Rhythm found 58% of shoppers lose trust when AI recommendations contain incorrect product info. 16% may avoid the purchase entirely, and almost nobody goes back to the brand's site to double-check. Most bounce to a search engine instead.
And at the same time, people are nervous about AI content itself. What did the surveys say about trust and authenticity?
Gartner reports half of U.S. consumers prefer brands that don't use GenAI in customer-facing content. Most people question reliability and even whether what they see is real. And another study showed that undisclosed AI imagery can significantly erode trust.
So, brand power in this new world is what? Getting the AI to be accurate and being honest about your own AI use?
Exactly. You want AI answers to be accurate, current, and safe. You want to disclose AI where it matters. And you need AI-generated materials to follow human-authored brand guidelines so you don't come off as inauthentic or over-automated.
That sets up the question a lot of teams are asking. What tools can actually track brand mentions in AI assistants?
There are 3 main buckets in the article. Dedicated AI visibility platforms like Era, Rankshift, and WhiteRank, traditional SEO suites that added AI modules, and homegrown scripts and research setups.
Let's start with the dedicated platforms. What does Era do specifically?
Era monitors multiple models: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Google AI Mode and overviews, plus agentic shopping surfaces. And it tracks brand mentions, share of voice, rankings, sentiment, pros and cons, competitor comparisons, and even SKU-level visibility in AI shopping carousels.
They also tout some optimization features, not just dashboards, right?
Yeah, they've got a GEO/AEO optimization engine, an autopilot content feature that publishes one AI-optimized article per day to your CMS, e-commerce plans with catalog sync and merchant monitoring, and APIs, plus a white label option for agencies.
How do Rankshift and WhiteRank compare in this ecosystem?
Rankshift focuses on an AI visibility score over a smaller set of models with more basic content tips and less SKU-level depth, while WhiteRank blends traditional SEO with AI overview tracking, but stays very search engine-centric and lighter on agentic shopping flows.
What about the SEO suites that bolted on AI visibility? Where do they fit?
Tools like SEMrush now track visibility across several AI surfaces, including ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Google's AI modes, which is great for familiar benchmarking, but they typically lack deep e-commerce catalog integration and control over agentic commerce protocols.
And then you've got brands building their own scripts. What's the trade-off there?
In-house scripts give you full control over prompts and methodology, but maintaining multimodal scraping, logging, and analysis at enterprise scale is tough, and you don't get built-in GEO/AEO workflows or automated content to act on your findings.
If you're an enterprise marketer, how do Era, Rankshift, and WhiteRank stack up head-to-head?
In the article's comparison, Era leads on multi-model coverage, SKU-level e-commerce tracking, GEO/AEO automation, and evidence governance, while Rankshift gives simpler score-based monitoring, and WhiteRank adds value mainly where Google's ecosystem is your main concern.
And Era positions itself as more commerce first, not just rank first, right?
Yes, Era is framed as agentic commerce, first with white label for agencies and pricing tied to P&L outcomes like AI native traffic and SKU uplift, rather than just visibility scores or classic traffic metrics.
Switching from tools to strategy, the article talks about winning AI shopping recommendations. What actually moves the needle with LLMs?
It boils down to 3 layers: structured product data, strong canonical Q&A and decision criteria, and evidence pipelines across your own properties plus third-party sites that the models ingest.
Can you unpack the structured data piece a bit?
You want synced, enriched catalogs with real-time price and stock, specs aligned to human decision factors like material or warranty, conversational attributes like good for wide feet, and support for feeds and protocols that AI shopping agents rely on, such as Merchant Center and agentic commerce formats.
And the canonical Q&A layer? How does that help the AI recommend you?
If you publish clear FAQs, how-tos, and comparison pages that directly answer common shopping questions, the AI has structured, trustworthy text to quote, which makes it more likely to surface you in recommendations and to describe your products accurately.
Then there's monitoring what AIs are actually doing with your products. What should brands be watching?
You want to see which SKUs appear for which prompts, how often you show up in AI shopping carousels, where you rank against competitors, and which pros and cons the AI is associating with each product.
The article gives a step-by-step on monitoring brand mentions in chatbots. Can you walk through that at a high level?
Sure. First, define priority queries: branded, category, and use case. Then pick tools like an AI visibility platform, plus optionally an SEO suite. Set a monitoring cadence and owner. Configure alerts for drops in share of voice or sentiment shifts. And finally, map each signal to specific optimization actions and KPIs.
Give me an example of that signal to action to KPI mapping.
If your AI share of voice for best marathon running shoes drops by 20%, you might audit pricing and specs for top SKUs, enrich data with marathon-focused attributes, publish a new guide, and then aim to restore SOV to within 5% of baseline in 4 to 6 weeks.
The article also digs into a GEO-AEO playbook, using running shoes as an example. What's the essence of that campaign?
They define an objective, like becoming the top AI-recommended brand for cushioned marathon running shoes in a region. Then build query sets, canonical machine-readable brand descriptions, a geo-optimized pillar article,
structured data like product and FAQ schema, and ambassador content that all reinforce the same story.
Those canonical descriptions for Era itself caught my eye. Why are they important?
Because having consistent 50, 150, and 300-word brand blurbs gives both humans and AIs a clear, repeatable way to describe what you do, which helps reduce contradictory narratives across web pages, partner sites, and ambassador content.
And the structured data snippets, product, FAQ, how-to, what role do they play?
They make your content machine-readable, so AI systems can easily extract attributes, Q&A pairs, and step-by-step logic, which in turn makes it easier for those systems to answer users' questions with your products and explanations.
I liked the ambassador angle. How does the article say those programs need to evolve for AI?
Ambassadors need to become evidence engines, not just influencers, so you give them canonical brand language, structured templates for reviews with specs and pros and cons, and encourage them to publish on blogs, YouTube, forums, places the models actually crawl and learn from.
The template they suggest for ambassador content felt almost like a mini schema in text form.
Exactly. It asks for a clear title, a short summary, explicit specs, bullet point pros and cons, detailed use case context, and a concise verdict, which all map nicely onto the way AI models structure and reuse information.
Before we wrap, does the article share any ROI patterns from brands investing in AI visibility?
Yes, using hypothetical but data-informed examples, it shows DTC and retailer programs seeing 20 to 35% lifts in AI share of voice, roughly 2x increases in SKU appearances in AI shopping carousels, and mid-single to low double-digit revenue growth from AI native channels over a few quarters when they combine monitoring, structured optimization, and content autopilot.
And for listeners just starting, what's the recommended low-lift entry point into geo and AI visibility?
Start by defining a tight set of AI-relevant queries. Audit how assistants answer them today with a platform like Era. Fix your structured data and FAQs on existing pages. Then run one focused GEO/AEO pilot for a key product line and scale up based on results.
So the big takeaway is that in 2026, your brand lives as much in AI answers as on your own site, and you need systems, not just slogans, to manage that.
Exactly. The brands that will win are the ones treating AI visibility as part of brand architecture and commerce ops, using tools like Era to see what the machines are saying, and then feeding them better, more authentic evidence.
We'll leave it there. If you want to dig deeper into AI visibility platforms and GEO/AEO, check out the full guide. And if you're curious about Era specifically, you can visit era.shopping to see how they're approaching this new answer-first world.